If you are like me, you are always looking for a new spot to eat in the city.
And if you're like me and you want to learn more about some old Philly favorites,
either way, you will need a place to digest and relax.
We have all that and more, so take your remote and throw it in the fireplace because you won't want to miss a minute of this edition of Mix It Up Philly. Welcome to Mix It Up Philly, where we give you everything you need to know about the city of brotherly love. I'm JT Kritz. Next to me we have my co-host, Tom McLeod.
Kind of a big deal. People seem to know me.
Our friend Muffy Torres will join us later to interview a LaSalle alum who runs a local nonprofit. But first, what do you have in store for us, Tom? You look anxious.
Well, JT, I don't know about you, but thinking about our first segment has me really hungry. Philly is known for some good old American eats, like cheesesteaks and tasty cakes. But our own Muffy Torres found a spot that is trying to infuse some international flavor into the city. Let's see what they got cooking for us.
Families of all backgrounds come to the U.S. in search of the American dream. Today on Taste Test, we explore the story of this family's Eritrean and Ethiopian restaurant.
I'm Muffy Torres, and here at Dalak, they have figured out the perfect combination to that American dream. It includes your taste buds and your stomach. So let's take a look, or rather, taste.
Located in the heart of West Philly on 47th and Baltimore Avenue, Dalak welcomes all.
So how long have you been coming to Dalak?
I've been coming here for about 6 years now, and the food just seems to get better and better.
Aside from their food, Dalak showcases the East African culture with paintings and cultural artifacts.
I'm a bartender at Dalak, and I've been working here for almost 3 years. And what I like about Dalak Paradise is all the different kinds of characters that come in. It's an environment full of artists and philosophers and weirdos of all different kinds.
There's a great soccer community here. I've been invited multiple times to play I'm wearing a shirt. It's an African Unity Day that was about a couple months ago. And one of the workers here invited me and bought me the shirt, and it was a great time. Everyone there is super friendly.
Oh yeah, I come back all the time. I get the food, the hookah, the drinks. There's always something fun going on. Like, it's one of the best places in West Philly.
So can you tell us how you would traditionally eat this type of food?
Sure, so first you start off by taking some of the bread, rip it off, put it back, just scoop up whatever you want. I'll take some Mr. Watt at first, and then you just eat.
That sounds great. I can't wait to dig in. That's really good. Not too spicy, it's perfect. Oh my gosh, all those blends of spices, it's really like explodes in your mouth. This is wonderful. Thank you, Sam, for introducing this wonderful cuisine. It's so new, so fantastic. I know I'm gonna eat this whole plate by myself. From Mix It Up Philly, I'm Muffy Torres, and this is really good.
Wow, I'll have what she's having.
Calm down, Tom. You eat enough Ethiopian food as it is.
Sorry, I like to culture myself, JT.
Ordering Taco Bell and Chinese food doesn't make you cultured. Get outside more. Maybe go on a picnic with somebody special.
Great idea. We could have one at the park. How about next week?
I'd rather French kiss a barracuda, Tom.
Your loss. After you see what our correspondent Shay Catlett shows us from Rittenhouse Square, you will beg me to go check it out.
Hey guys, do you like jogging? You like walking your dog? Or maybe you just like taking a walk? Well, this is the place to be. Where am I, do you ask? Rittenhouse Square, woo! And the park is so big, it's so many entrances like South Rittenhouse Square and 18th and Locust and 18th and Walnut. Not only does Rittenhouse Square have joggers and walkers, we also have people who showcase their talent. How long have you been coming to Rittenhouse Square Park?
This will be my 4th day on straight.
And how do you like it?
I love it. Just having this very green atmosphere, nice and open. The people are very friendly.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm playing for tips, I got, kids coming up and offering $1. So, like, that's cute. It's Philly community right here.
Yeah, I feel like this is way better than Love Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really open too, and it's bigger.
It's open, it's bigger, it's quieter than Love Park, which is something that I really like.
Yeah.
It's pleasant. I used to play up at City Hall, and, it's kind of gray.
Yeah, it's like a little bland.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
here it's just so rich. Like, even if I have a day where I don't make anything in tips, at least I got to play guitar in the park, and it was all worth it for that.
For Mix It Up Philly, I'm Nisha Khaled.
That park looks like a nice place to chill. I may have to ask one of my friends to have a picnic there.
You're quite the comedian, JT. I thought we were best friends. If we went to a Halloween party dressed as Batman and Robin, I would go as Robin. That's how much you mean to me.
Speaking of hilarious statements, I caught up with aspiring comedian LaSalle student Ryan Thompson. Hopefully he is funnier than Tom, or else he wouldn't have much of a career. You be the judge.
Hey guys, I'm JT Kritz, and alongside me is one of my good friends, Ryan Thompson. Ryan, thanks for meeting us today.
Thanks for having me.
Ryan is an up-and-coming comedian here at LaSalle University, and we brought him on for our Made in Philly segment to talk a little bit about what he does. So Ryan, my first question to you is, what made you want to become a comedian?
I think I'd always had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to do something in the entertainment industry, but for a while I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then around last summer, I think I realized I wanted to start doing stand-up. So I started writing, but I didn't actually go do it. Wrote a lot of jokes, and then I realized, wow, I've got way too much, way more than I would ever need to get started to get doing it. And then around maybe a month or two into school last year, I went and did my first one in the Northeast, and I've been doing it ever since.
Where did you get your inspiration to become a comedian? Because we all have our favorites.
Yeah.
But who do you like, and who do you pull from their material and say, like, that's this kind of stuff I want to do?
Yeah. Well, even when I was younger, I would sit and watch Comedy Central, and I would always watch the comedians that were on. See, like Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr. And I really liked everything they did. I'd watch all their specials and everything and say, like, wow, I think I might be able to get up there and do what they do. So I draw a lot of that from, like, this satire, like, observational comedy, even black, dark comedy. I'll touch on touchy subjects that, might be a little bit controversial. There are a lot of just observations, and, like, I'm really into the whole satire thing.
All right, got it. Awesome. Now, a lot of people see stand-up, and they'll see people like Kevin Hart up there, and he makes it look so easy. And every single other comedian, they just make it look so smooth,
Yeah.
but people really don't understand what goes into the timing and the technique. So what is the hardest part of stand-up?
I think the hardest part about it maybe is just getting up there and doing it, because a lot of people want to do it, and then they get scared, they get the stage fright and everything. And what you really got to do is realize that you're going to go up there and you're going to fail at some point. You're going to tell a joke and it's not going to hit, and you know what you do? You write that out, or you try it again, you change something up about it, maybe change your delivery, your timing. And that's what it really is, just playing with everything and seeing what works until eventually you've got a joke that you think is really solid.
Where do you usually perform, and will you be performing anywhere nearby in the upcoming weeks?
I've been doing open mic nights around. A big one's in the Northeast that I like to do at the Comedy Cabaret on Roosevelt Boulevard. There's another one in Doylestown called Puck that's on Tuesday nights that I'll go and do.
Signing out here, this is my good friend Ryan Thompson. Everyone should go out and check out his stand-up whenever he's near LaSalle. Ryan, thanks for meeting with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, back to you.
Now, he was a funny guy, wouldn't you say?
I think I can do better.
I don't think so. He had me laughing a lot.
Hey, JT,
Yes, Tom?
how did the barber win the race?
I don't know. How did he?
He knew a shortcut.
Tom, I wouldn't quit your day job. Moving on. Now, if you ask people in the city where's a good place to eat, chances are you will be told to stop at the Reading Terminal. But not only does the Reading Terminal have great food, but it is rich in history. and has plenty of cool things to check out. Follow Tyler Harper as he takes you further into the market than you've ever been.
Here we are on the corner of 12th and Filbert, where just a block away from City Hall, we have Reading Terminal Market. Built in 1892, the Reading Railroad opened the Reading Terminal Market below the tracks of their massive train shed, which is approximately 78,000 square feet. There are lots of options at Reading Terminal. You can get yourself a sweet treat, or you can get something healthy. But let's see what the people think.
Whenever I'm out in the city, I always try and make a stop here, whether it be for lunch, picking up some groceries, or just for a snack. We got a lot of other options, Chinese, Korean. I just saw a German schnitzel place. A lot of cool stuff. The Nick's roast pork, it's great. You gotta get it with the long hots, cheese. It's good stuff.
I've been working here at Nick's for about 5 years. We've been at this location here for 3 years. We used to be over there, where Spatero's is now. We've been in the terminal since 1981. We've been in business since 1954. I love working here. We have a really good product. Our pulled pork, our roast pork, we're the best in the nation. We've been named that. The atmosphere is great. You see different people every day. It's a great people watching place. We have a wonderful staff. We have all hard workers. And it's really a nice place to be.
Among all the food places, there's also a nice little bookstore here in the Reading Terminal Market.
And they have shrimp, jumbo shrimp, wild shrimp, scampi shrimp, and even those little tiny ones we all love. Shrimp!
Yes, Frank, they have shrimp as well. Anyway, with all these options, it's no wonder why some people have called Reading Terminal the best food market in the world. For Mix It Up Philly, I'm Tyler Harper.
That place looks great. It's like a hungry person's dream in there. Food everywhere.
While Tom grabs the snack, it's time for us to take our first break. When we come back, our co-host Muffy Torres will have an interesting chat with LaSalle alum and head of Mercy Neighbors Ministries, Steven Ziegler. So don't burn yourself trying to grab that remote. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Mix It Up Philly. I'm Muffy Torres, and joining me today is one of our own. He is head of a nonprofit organization not too far from here called Mercy Neighborhood Ministries. Please welcome LaSalle alum Steven Ziegler. Welcome, Mr. Ziegler. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Muffy. Thanks for having me.
So can you give us a brief introduction of what Neighborhood Ministries is?
Sure.
Mercy Neighborhood.
Mercy Neighborhood Ministries is a nonprofit organization that is run by the Sisters of Mercy. And basically, we are a three-tiered program that we can, market ourselves as a hub for families. So we provide child care and early education, adult care, and also adult education and basic literacy / workforce development. So our program truly is intergenerational, and we do have families attend who the children often come to the program, their grandparents can take part in the program, and if needed, their parents can benefit from the adult education portion as well.
That's really awesome how you can see like the different steps within a family. So how did it get its start?
It got its start really about 40 years ago, so way before my time. The Sisters of Mercy have been working in the Tioga Nicetown community for over 40 years. And around 2003, they had to incorporate because of the closing of churches throughout the Archdiocese. While we are our own nonprofit and a corporation, we had to operate out of Archdiocesan buildings. When the closings occurred and things like that with the Archdiocese, basically they had to decide if they wanted to close the ministry or expand. So when they incorporated, they then began raising funds to what eventually turned into the Mercy Family Center in 2009, while I was still a student here at LaSalle. But the Family Center is actually the first green building in North Philadelphia, and that was constructed because they needed the space and they really had to keep the ministry going. So since 2009, we've operated out of the Mercy Family Center at 20th and Venango Streets, which is in the Tioga section of the city, and it's a phenomenal service for the community.
That's awesome. It sounds amazing. So what is exactly your position?
My position, that's okay. My position is the Director of Philanthropy. So I am the head fundraiser. I operate under the Executive Director, Sister Ann, who does an amazing job of running the programs and really is the engine behind Mercy Neighborhood Ministries.
Awesome. So one of our own, Shay Catlett, who is a producer for today's show, interned with you guys. What did she do? And do you guys often hire LaSalle interns?
I often lean toward hiring LaSalle interns. In my previous work, I've had LaSalle interns. I've only been at Mercy for 3 months now, but I've been in development for 6 years. To answer your question, Shay has done great work, and she reached out to me when I put a message out to Brother Jerry, as I always do for interns. And she is great on the phone. I've actually had people call and say they've never been contacted before about their donations and thanked like that. So she's great with that, and she also helps put together our monthly newsletter.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all that information. And lastly, how may a student get involved? Can they reach you at a email address or see a website?
They can reach out to it's mercyneighbors.org, and all the information is there. They can also follow us on any social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Mercy Neighbors.
Great. Well, unfortunately, it's time to take another break. When we come back, we'll show you how to look stylish for the season. That story and more when we return. Stay tuned.
Tired of your boring life? Nothing exciting going on anymore? Sick of only doing what you have to do? Tired of the mundane routine? Well, hold up. We have the cure for you. That's right, LaSalle TV. With sports, news, game shows, and more, you'll be sure to find exactly what you've been needing. LaSalle TV. We know you watch.
From our campus to the city of Philadelphia. Tune in and watch because we know you will love LaSalle TV.
Welcome back. That was an interesting story from Muffy. It's always cool to see our alumni doing well and swell. For more info about Mercy Neighbors, go to mercyneighbors.org. Now I want to know, JT, what do you like to wear when it gets really cold? I mean, I myself really like a comfortable hoodie.
Well, usually, Tom, I just wear this every day. Haven't I seen you walking around with a man purse?
Listen, it's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one anyway. We have some expert tips on how to look and feel your best in this cool fall weather from our own Krista Tidman, who I am sure would love how I accessorize. She takes us inside the store where she works, Green Street Consignment. Check it out.
We're here at Green Street Consignment in Manayunk to highlight all the new fall fashions. At Green Street Consignment, you can find anything from shoes, shirts, and shawls to make your fall fashion look perfect this time of year. It's very affordable and benefits the environment. It's great for fall fashion right now and for everyone, not just the ladies. I work here 2 days a week during school and full-time in the summer. And you can see already that the items are so different and unique, and some of them actually are really high-end. Now we're going to showcase one of the men's fall fashion, and here is Tom. Tom, can you come out? Here's Tom. Tom is wearing today a nice Ralph Lauren sweater and a polo scarf, rocking with his new beanie hat for any of those fall cold days, or any time you think you need a sweater, because it is sweater weather. And now for our second look for fall fashion, we have Nick Bermonte. Nick today is wearing a nice fedora hat. You can see the purple, the dark purple for fall. A nice button-up shirt. It's denim. Denim is in right now. And a plaid scarf. Again with the burgundy, because we're going for the purple theme. And it looks great. How do you like it, Nick?
Oh, I love it. I feel beautiful. Yes, I do.
Wow, Tom, you really looked fantastic. You might have a future in modeling.
You know, I really enjoyed myself a lot, and I just felt like I was at home, you know, wearing the scarf.
It's all about how you feel.
Yeah.
You feel good, you look good.
Exactly.
Now let's move on to a topic that's a little more serious. November 11th marks a special day, Veterans Day, where we pay respect to those who have served in the armed forces. Mix It Up correspondent Brenna Devaney visited the Philadelphia Vietnam Veterans Memorial to tell us more about the memorial and its history. Check it out.
Honor our nation's veterans. You don't have to travel all the way to Washington, D.C. Remembering those men and women who died in the Vietnam War takes place right here in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Vietnam Veterans Memorial, located at Front and Spruce Streets, honors the more than 600 Philadelphians who lost their lives during the 10-year battle. The memorial's constant evolution entices both old and new visitors.
What's happening after all the construction went on, and to see what the change from before.
What does it mean to you to have this so close to home?
It's pretty significant. I mean, it kind of recognizing the men who fought and lost their lives in there, and you wonder why.
These memorials not only bring in visitors who lived during the wars, they also attract younger generations who just want to pay tribute to our nation's fallen heroes. For the Scouts of Troop 555, the memorial is a must-see educational attraction that has meaning for all ages.
We're Boy Scouts troop from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. We came down here for a 10-mile hike to see some of the sites. We allow a senior scout, Sean Bevilacqua, to pick the sites we visit, and we're down here for about 8 hours today.
As visitors view names of the hundreds who made the ultimate sacrifice, it's important to remember that this memorial holds just as much sentiment as its Washington, D.C. counterpart.
I've been down to one in Washington, D.C. Same thing. It's a nice tribute to the veterans, but again, we lost useless lives for no reason, except for politics.
While the memorial serves as a reminder of our country's past hardships, we must remember the great sacrifices made by so many brave Americans who ensured freedom for all. For Mix It Up Philly, I'm Brennan Devaney.
Well, I'll definitely have to go there sometime. I always like visiting the historic parts of the city.
Well, JT, it looks like it's time for our final segment of the show.
That's right. It's also my favorite part of the show, where we send out a team to talk to you, our viewers.
This week, our own Mike McLeod hit the streets to see what your favorite scary movies are. Let's take a look.
Hello? What's your favorite scary movie?
Who is this?
Your name, I'll tell you mine.
Tell me who you are.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Scream?
So, what are y'all's favorite scary movie?
Wow, it's a tough one. Very difficult question, actually.
Hi, how are you? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's your favorite scary movie? So, what's your favorite scary movie?
It would definitely have to be Devil's Advocate.
Just a simple question.
I love all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, the Jason movies, Predator, Alien. I love Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline. I'm a big claymation person. I love Tim Burton as like a director himself.
Probably Mean Girls. Just, you know, I mean, I've known a few Regina Georges in my day.
As we all have.
Yeah, and you know, just bad memories. Just kind of traumatic, you know.
You'll be alright, man.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
It's okay. She can't get you anymore.
What else do I like?
We only really needed one. Hey, can I ask you guys a question?
Go ahead.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Insidious.
Did you check the children? When a
Scary.
stranger calls.
When a stranger calls?
Yep.
She scared me a little bit right there.
Well, that escalated quickly.
I'm not sure if Mike was going for creepy or scary, but he sure got one of them right.
I was scared when he jumped out in the beginning. I mean, who saw that coming? Scary stuff, man.
You got that right, Tom. Well, it seems like that's all the time we have for this episode of Mix It Up Philly. It's sad, we know.
But the fun doesn't have to stop here. You can check us out on social media. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
You can also see full episodes of our show and all your favorite LaSalle TV shows on YouTube. For Muffy Torres and the rest of the Mix It Up Philly team, I'm JT Kritz.
And I'm Tom McLeod.
I hope you can join us next time. Stay classy, 20th and Olney.